Mount Built Tuesday. Because we missed yesterday.
Good girl.
We were gone in town all day. It was the worst. It actually wasn't that bad. I just don't like town that much. We got Cheyenne. Jason's going to work with her over some obstacles.
Happy belated Monday, guys.
We got 0 people on so far.
Well, that's good because
Hey, there we go.
we're going to be off to a slow start because I'm in charge today.
Now we
So
got people jumping on. Oh,
this
wow.
is
They're all coming in. That's weird. Maybe I just glitched out.
this is kind of a twofold live. So number one, it's a Ask Us Anything husband edition. So we need you guys to bring some questions.
For
And
Jason.
second, we're doing a Cheyenne update live.
I have a question for you, but you can't answer it until a little bit later when there's more people on.
Okay, sounds good. And also, Alyssa did say, even though she wasn't planning on being in front of the camera today, if you guys are nice to her, she said she and Maddie might make a showing at the end. So stick around, say all kinds of nice stuff to Alyssa, who's running the camera, and then maybe she'll do a little Maddie update also. But mostly husband edition, Ask Us Anything.
I'm very tired today, which is not new. So I was like, Jason, you got to be in front of the camera.
That was the same thing that happened with the trailer tour, and you saw how well that worked out.
Everyone got to watch Jason try to wash his feet. If you don't know what we're talking about, go watch that video.
I don't know if you
Definitely
can twist
don't
it.
want to miss it.
I don't know if you can twist the camera this far, so. Good girl. I'll be right back with the haltered horse.
Yep, barely.
Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah.
Everyone's asking the question that I was going to ask you in a little while.
Oh, what's the question?
How did you lose your mule?
Oh, let me come into view.
He'll tell you guys the story.
Good girl. All right, we're haltered. Cheyenne is easy to halter now. So it's a good thing she's easy to halter because I have no mule. So
Yeah,
all I have Mesa and I have Cheyenne
and Taz.
and Taz. I could ride Taz. So I'm not a foot yet.
Yep.
So here's what happened. So for those that don't know, Alyssa made a post that said, I lost my mule in a bet to Alyssa.
Which is true.
Thankfully, in the family. It is true. So what happened is we were bringing everyone back in from pasture, and I was leading Mesa. Alyssa was leading Josie and Riata, the spotted mule and my dun mule. And she's like, think I can hop on bareback? I was like, oh yeah, definitely. You can hop on Riata bareback. She'll be fine. So she hopped on. Riata did good. And then I jokingly said, I had my fingers crossed. Alyssa didn't know, but I had my fingers crossed.
Lies.
But I said, if you can open the gate and lead Josie through all while bareback, that you could keep my mule, jokingly. But I also didn't think she could actually do it. So I underestimated Alyssa. She was riding Riata bareback, leading Josie. First
in a
time
halter
ever.
with one rein.
Yeah, in a
Because
halter.
I just had the lead rope,
Yep.
I might add.
And first time ever riding her bareback. And she led him around the corner, down the alley, to the gate. And that's when I started getting nervous. And she opened the gate, just leaning off Riata. Thankfully, Riata's kind of short. Opened the gate and walked on in with Josie in hand.
I had to close the gate.
Did you close the gate
Yeah,
too?
I closed the gate.
I quit watching and started crying as soon as you got the gate open. So I didn't even know.
Yep.
But so that's the story of how I lost my mule to my wife.
So now Riata's mine. She's going to look so good in my string with Rooster and Maddie.
That's true. You will look good.
They'd be matching. So everyone welcome my new mule Riata.
So that whole story is true except the part where she actually keeps Riata. She's being a very sweet wife, and even though I was wrong about the bet, she's letting me keep my mule.
Yeah, I felt bad. Jason was crying, and I felt bad, and so I gave him his mule back.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's that story. It was actually, in all seriousness, pretty impressive. It was pretty cool. So I was proud of Riata and Alyssa.
Coy asks, how is the prep going for putting your place on the market? That's actually what we were doing in town yesterday. All day was buying stuff to finish fixing the stuff we should have fixed when we first moved in there. And, you know, that would have made it really nice and enjoyable to live there the whole time. But no, we haven't learned our lesson. And we always fix up those little things right before we're going to list it.
Yeah. Yeah, we said when we sold our first live-in flip, and you guys know Larry and Coy,
Yeah,
that we should have fixed
probably
up.
been in the same boat.
We should have fixed up all this nice stuff like right when we moved in, but instead we do it in a hurry to list it, and that's what we're doing now. But we got a bunch of supplies, and I think we're gonna work on it starting tomorrow, getting it lined out. So that'll be good.
People are telling you to never underestimate me.
Never underestimate Alyssa and her horsemanship. Those are wise words. All right. Hey, another thing we're doing, I don't know if you guys can hear me, the wind's whipping. Another thing we're doing is tomorrow we have a big test. We're filming it tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's gonna be too tall. And it'll be on our channel probably in the next few days. But we have a test for Cheyenne and for Curly Sue. Oh my.
It's a little stormy. It'll probably blow through here in a second, but
yeah.
we're in a little thunderstorm.
Cheyenne and I are gonna practice today because we're gonna have a big obstacle course set up. Good girl. A big obstacle course set up in here. And if they can complete it, they get to go out with Marley. So that's the deal.
Yes.
So we're practicing. I'm so excited for the obstacle course. We have all kinds of cool stuff. Hey, did you bring the thank yous down? Crud.
I'll hold Cheyenne. You can go get him.
Run up there and people are gonna hear me just breathing super loud.
I could go get him. Here, you come tell them a story. I'll run and get him. Okay,
yeah, actually this is important. We have had, you can run, babe, run.
Okay.
Run.
I'll be back. I'm gonna leave my
You know where they are?
in the truck.
In the truck, in the glove compartment, the top one. Okay, story time with Jason. I get nervous when Alyssa leaves. Okay, so this is important. What she's doing is she's going to get our thank yous from our Amazon wish list, which people have been amazing. These jumps back here from the wish list from you guys, that ball that blew over there when the windstorm came through, also from you guys. And we have been forgetting to say thank you. And we always do the same thing where we leave it up in the truck, get down here, and then I'm like, oh shoot, thank yous. So today we're gonna take some time intermittently to say thank you to all you guys who have bought things like supplements, sweet jumps, hoof picks, grooming supplies. We got a fly rod in the mail the other day, which was super exciting. I pulled out today and I visualized catching some giant trout. If you guys know, if you guys watched the video where we took Clyde and Riata, our mules, up in the mountains, our last fishing trip was a bust. And people felt bad for us. People mocked us. And some people felt even bad enough to give us better equipment. So we're excited about that. So that's it for my story time. I don't really have anything else. So I'm just gonna practice. Think we can jump this, you guys? Look at that. We've never tried this before. So first time on camera. Can you do it? Oh, let's see. I don't know, that might be too high. Yeah, nice job. Whoa, good girl. I guess I could give you a Cheyenne update. That was pretty good, actually. She didn't jump it, obviously, but I'm impressed that she even went over it. When we first started turning them out, even going over the little bar that goes across the bottom of the bow gate was kind of scary for them. So that's good. Update on Cheyenne. People have been asking. So this is my 2-year-old Mustang from the White Mountain Herd Management area. She's a red roan is what her color is called, and she is awesome. What have we been working on? We've been mostly working on leading. She's good at haltering now. We've been working at picking up her feet. So let's see how she does with the front here. Pick it up, nice. Good. And just being not spooky in general, and she is doing great. Are we live still? Alyssa's making faces.
Yeah, we're still live. I'm just trying to figure out how to, there we go. Swipe up and find all the comments.
Oh, I'm doing thank yous.
Yeah. Cheyenne can help you. It'll be fun.
All right, Cheyenne. Are we
I'm zoomed right.
Are we too close?
No, I'll zoom out a little.
Okay. So we're gonna break these up because we have a lot. They've been stacking up on us, and we appreciate it. What do you think? So the first one is from Deb Bauer. So we want to say thank you, Deb.
Cheyenne
awesome.
says thank you.
Cheyenne says thank you. Also, what do those thank yous taste like? We have one from Corey. I hope you guys are watching. It's been so long since we did thank yous that we probably have people who are tired of our channel and left by this point. So Corey, 2 of them from Corey, thank you. Elizabeth Spencer, thank you so much, Elizabeth. I'll do one more and then we'll get back to doing some stuff and then I'll come back to it. Joanne Jennings, thank you, Joanne. We appreciate it. And then this one, I'm gonna do one more because it has a big circle, exclamation, and a heart. Who's that say? It says Cynthia Sutphin. So Cynthia, thank you. The reason it has a circle and a heart is because Cynthia bought pretty much everything on our whole supplement list, plus a bunch of toys for the horses. I think even stuff for the chickens.
Big dog kennel.
The giant dog kennel that we're about to set up. So massive blessing. All these are a blessing and we appreciate you guys so much. So we'll get back to that in a little bit. Do you have any good questions for me, babe?
People are just saying Cheyenne looks good. Someone asked if her freeze brand is still visible.
Oh yeah, you want to look at it? It's not very it's invisible, but we'll try and show you. Don't smear me, Shy. Come show them your brand. So she has a baby brand. When the BLM guy was out here, he's like, oh, hers is not only hard to see because she's white, but also because it's the little baby brand.
Yeah, they have a smaller size brand that they'll brand on the actual little baby
it's so
Mustangs
cute.
since
So,
she was still a baby.
Turn. It's that big. Can you see it from there?
Yeah, it's teeny tiny.
It's only that big. Yeah, it's kind of cute. It's really hard to see because of her white hair. There you go. One step. Nice. I don't know. You have any good questions come in? I'm gonna kind of groom her up a little bit, and then if you guys, like I said, keep being nice, we'll get Alyssa in front of the camera and actually have some fun.
There, I zoomed in on her brand.
Can you see it?
Barely.
Yeah.
Kind of just looks like a scuff mark, but that's her brand.
She's so beautiful. I want to keep her so bad. She's beautiful and actually really sweet and getting super level-headed now. You could tell she's just kind of at peace with everything. She's starting to like belly scratches. It's never the best to work with youngsters who are a little green when there's a thunderstorm rolling through. There's always a little weird energy, but she's doing good. Really good. Does that feel good? Can you kick
Someone
the ball?
asked, Blue the Witch says, how come you're not keeping Cheyenne since she's your first Mustang?
Yeah, to keep it concise, the reason why is because we want to adopt and rehome and help as many Mustangs as we can. And we've talked about that a little bit in the past, but it is really hard because Cheyenne is going to be big, athletic, and she would be a really good horse for me. And being my first Mustang, I really do want to keep her, but we're still in the stage of starting this channel and this business to where we really need to kind of like provide proof of concept. We need to like kind of get the snowball rolling downhill.
Yeah.
And so that's the only reason why. We do have, even though we've been fortunate to lease this big property, we're still limited on space and time for horses and mules. And so once we rehome them and find them good homes, we can get another one and try and set them up for success as well. One day we hope to have a big old giant sanctuary property, and then we could probably keep a horse like Cheyenne.
Yeah, Noel Man says, all of them can't be foster fails.
Yes,
and it's true.
Foster fails. Yeah, that's true. I'm just grabbing the ball. I'll be right back.
I think I could probably follow you.
Oh, no, it's raining.
It is raining pretty good.
You guys really,
It might rain a little harder in a minute, and then it looks like it's going to be blue skies.
We'll stick it out.
Yeah.
Sorry we missed you guys yesterday. We had a great day in town, got a ton of stuff, and met some really nice people. And but it got us, we were back home later than we planned, and we were honestly just really tired. So yeah, we apologize. We missed MTN BUILT Monday. We missed our members only Thankful Thursday last week. It's just been a busy season for us. How's that?
Amanda says, have you guys decided on trailer options? You mentioned in the last video more. Me and my boyfriend are looking into a similar lifestyle and love to take a lot of and love, yeah, to take a lot of inspiration from you both. Cheyenne's like, whoa, that was crazy. Yeah, so actually yesterday in town, that's part of the reason we ran into town yesterday is because we found a fifth wheel that is the kind we've been looking at, and it popped up for a good price compared to the other ones we've been looking at. And so we wanted to go see it in person. This thing is literally a small house. It's got like full size appliances. They're so crazy these days. So we are heavily considering purchasing that because the nice thing about one of those, that was awesome, Cheyenne. Good job.
I was waiting for you. I was like, you didn't see the first time we did it. We did it when you were gone too. I was like I
the
wonder if
slow
Alyssa's...
motion, like
yeah.
first foot over it.
I was like, I wonder if Alyssa's gonna be impressed.
Very impressed.
Obviously, always.
So
Alyssa,
the nice thing about the trailers we're looking at is it would obviously be really great here on this ranch since we don't have a home, and then in the future, if we end up buying a vacant piece of property, we can just move that thing onto it. And so a lot of times vacant pieces of property are much cheaper than ones with homes on them. And so anyway, that'll be really helpful in the future. Oh, she's like, hey, this is easier. I don't have to lift my legs as high.
All right, let's just do this. But I didn't set you up very good. Good girl. What was I going to say? Oh, never mind. It was just about how Alyssa's always impressed. She lives her life in a constant state of being impressed.
Just random things.
Hey, Parker! Parker!
My little brother. He says, does the new property have a shooting range nearby? The new property actually has a shooting range on it. So very close.
Let's see. What else? Hey, how about this? Let's do requests. What do you guys want to see from Cheyenne?
I want to see her do a handstand.
No, realistic requests. And not from you. From the people.
I want to see Jason do a handstand.
I would, but I tweaked my back yesterday.
It's true. His back is no good today.
Nice. A little better. You could do better. There you go. Nice job. Let's do one. All right, you're not even worried. You're just like being like, what are we doing here? There you go.
Should I tell Jason that I've actually already picked up all 4 feet?
I know, so have I. I'm just showing the people that wanted an update.
I just secretly work with his horse when he's not.
If you guys have an eye rolling emoji on your screen, please hit it now for Alyssa being sassy. She lives her life in a constant state of being impressed, and I live my life in a constant state of rolling my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You could do it a little better, though.
Cater's Kitchen asks, what does a basic horse property with a home usually cost?
Nice.
And that varies so much on all kinds of things.
A basic one? So I'll share a little bit about ours that we're about to list.
Okay.
So we're going to be listing our house. It's in central eastern Idaho. It's 2.5 acres with water rights and a round pen and like a little tack room outbuilding, stuff like that. And it's going to be listed for $379. So that's kind of, and the house is not super fancy. It's just a remodeled double wide manufactured home with a deck. And so it's going to be listed for $379. And I feel like right now that's kind of on the low end in the West. You can get a way cheaper one somewhere like Ohio, Michigan, stuff like that. But it's that's kind of on the lower end. What we're looking for like a big forever property, it's crazy right now. It's like, it kind of feels like if you can't afford $1 million place, you can't have this many horses, which we have a lot of horses. So if you only want a couple, I would say somewhere in the range of probably 3. What are you looking at? Oh,
the helicopter is really low over there.
Probably in the range of 300 to 450 if you are, wanting just a couple nice acres and a
Right
little setup.
there.
Can you see it on there?
Yeah, barely. Little dot. I don't know what they're doing. They're flying really low though.
They really are. That's kind of crazy. Man, it's pretty right now. The sky looks really nice. All right, how many people are on?
470.
Yeah, I knew it. So that is super low. So do you know what that means? We need, we need to change subjects. Is that kind of spooky, pal? Actually, I'm just gonna groom her real quick. So if you have any husband questions, which I haven't heard any specific husband questions yet, ask them quick because I'm about done being in front of the camera.
Is there any specific type of Mustang you'll look a bit extra for next time?
We're always looking for like Appaloosa mares, but those are pretty rare. The main thing is just ones that are chill, like Marley. She's kind of a quote unquote plain color. Marley's our other 2-year-old from Wyoming. She's over in the other pen. But just something that has a good mind on them and isn't spooky, because they fit the most homes. So that's kind of what we're looking for. The reason I said an Appaloosa mare is because we would love to have some little Appaloosa mules in the future, and I think Mustang mules would be the coolest animal ever. They would just be, tough, hardy, great for the mountains. So an Appaloosa mare could be a really good mule mama. Good girl. Does that smell weird?
This is Jason's riled up today.
Someone said I'm always riled up. What do you mean? Especially when I'm in front of the camera.
Probably because you had people roll their eyes at me.
Because I have what?
People roll their eyes at me.
Oh, yeah. Good girl. Just gonna
I
run a brush.
saw a question. I'm just trying to find it here. Have you been looking at mules needing help?
Yes.
Been a lot of Mustangs lately. Not that I am complaining.
Yeah, so we're way outnumbered. Ideally, in an ideal world, we would be like 50-50 mule to Mustang. You want to roll? But mules are real expensive, even ones that aren't very well trained and stuff. But we have talked about a mule I saw at a livestock auction, and we would really like to help mules that are kind of not necessarily in a kill pen. That kind of gets overused a little bit, but just in a position where they're set up to go to not a great home, even if it's not a kill pen. And we would love to help them. But right now, the mule market is really high, and so it just hasn't lined up. And Mustangs are only $125, and there's a lot of them that need to go to good homes. And so that's the direction we've gone for now, but that's not permanent. We would like to help mules and Mustangs. Those are kind of the two routes we'd like to go.
The crazy thing is, like, even to buy a mule that might be getting sent to where, they're like $2,000, which is so crazy. Mule prices have gone like sky high.
By where, you mean Canada and Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy the way the mule market is. We're thankful to have our little herd right now.
St. Elmo's Fire says, is your camera okay in this rain? Thankfully with these lives, it's just a cell phone. So yeah, it's semi-water resistant. If it starts pouring, we'll have to change it up here, but for now it's okay.
Did you
Okay,
guys...
I saw some more questions. Yeah, say what you're going to say. I'll look for these questions.
I was going to say, did you guys see Alyssa get Honey's nose in the halter on that little short form video she put out the other day? It was pretty awesome. And Honey just looked totally comfortable with it. I was going to see if Alyssa wanted to do a live stream with Honey, but Honey has a hard time with like the energy that has to kind of come with a live stream where I'm asking questions and we're kind of talking and stuff like that. But we'll have a video coming out soon working with Honey with the halter. It'll probably be actual edited video, which is also fun because it's more enjoyable to look back on the edited ones.
Hold on, I'm going to wipe this raindrop off the screen. There we go. Sorry, guys. It went blurry.
But yeah, so stay tuned because we'll have a Honey halter video coming up soon. All right, you found some questions?
I did, and then it clicked down to the bottom. You know how it does.
I do know how it does.
Peggy Emerson says, has Jason given you your belt buckle yet.
The husband versus wife belt buckle. That was another joke, just like her getting to keep my mule.
Whatever. I expect my big giant belt buckle, so pay up.
Good girl.
It'll look really good when I'm riding my new mule.
You already have so many belt buckles, and we live in a tiny little trailer, so I don't know. Cowgirl problems.
Excuses. Horse Girl Dawn in Hubby Pat says, does the BLM want you to open an adoption center?
Actually, I think they did talk to us about the potential of that when he was here the other day.
Yeah, he actually asked if we wanted to. See, it's kind of like what our friends Mary Jo and Dan do with the burros. If you guys watched that video a long time ago, where he was wondering if we wanted to bring in and have adoption events, and we would bring in, a semi-load of Mustangs, big stock trailer full of Mustangs, so like 20, 40 at a time, and then have kind of adoption events. And we told him probably not on this property, just because I don't think the owner would probably love that. So we haven't even talked to the owners about that. I don't think that's probably what they want for this, and we have to put up a lot more. I think the BLM probably leases you a lot of the panels and stuff for that. At least they do with like Mustang Matt. But so yeah, maybe in the future, if we get our own place that's set up for that, because it would be awesome to help get more of these horses adopted.
We want to limit what we're doing and limit complexity here on this property since we're leasing it. But in the future, that would be amazing. It'd be a great way to meet some of you guys and just some cool people who are interested in Mustangs. And it would be a great way to help some Mustangs without actually taking them in for training.
One thing hi, Shy. Oh, you're so close. You're so pretty. Hello. One thing we talked about doing was like maybe adopting a handful of probably yearlings in, say, November. Probably not this November, but in November, and then getting them all gennelled, meaning they can lead, do some basic groundwork, beginning tying, and pick up all 4 feet, get brushed, load in and out of a trailer, all that just basic stuff, and then offering them for sale in like April to rehome. And we were even talking about maybe doing it like almost like an auction type sale, but I don't know. We've just started the very beginnings of talking about that, but it would be a way for us to help more per year. And it would be, for 4 months, that's all you're doing is just working with those babies. So if you guys would be interested in a gennelled yearling, let us know. That was fancy, Cheyenne.
Can you bow?
She's like,
there you go. Nice.
Here, I'll volunteer it.
Don't
bow. That was a cool trick, but not always.
That was cool. Can I put this over on?
KAS. Do you think you're helping contribute to the rise in mule prices? Half joking, of course. But I never want to tell your channel. Now I want one more than another horse.
I don't think we're big enough for that yet. They are awesome, though. I mean, it's like we always try to spread the word because mules are underappreciated and they're absolutely awesome. So I think for people who want to trail ride and just have kind of a fun animal, a good mule is basically impossible to beat. But we try to get the word out. I don't think we're able to move the market yet, though.
Yeah.
Here, can I put this over here?
Cindy Reamer, can you ship? I'm assuming you're asking about the Mustangs. Like if we have shipping, if people buy them in another state. And we don't have any haulers that we're working with currently. But we would have to reach out to some reputable people and just see if they knew of anyone that is, going that direction.
Let's not go over the top. All right. Do you guys want to see Maddie? Alyssa, do you want to work with Maddie or do you not want to do that today?
We'll probably work with Maddie.
Yeah? Okay, I'll put up Cheyenne unless you have one last question for me, Alyssa.
Ron asks, are you able to do hoof picking on any of your new Mustangs yet?
Yeah, Alyssa could do it on all of them.
Yep, even Maddie got her little feeties trimmed.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would say, yeah, Maddie's pretty gentle.
Honey's the only one, but we're working on touching down her legs and even getting her to pick up her feet a little bit. I haven't tried to like lift her feet yet, but Callisto is obviously not able to do that yet either. But all the ones we have adopted other than Honey, yep, they're already getting really good with their feet. Putting Cheyenne away.
Nice job. Susan says hi, everybody, if you can hear me.
Susan.
Good job, Shy. Good girl. Hi, Susan, how's it going? Hey, what do you guys... I don't know if you were talking or not.
Nope.
What do you guys think of our new Mustang setup? Where we have the like 7.5 foot round pens, 2 30-footers and a 40-footer, and then our alleyway right down the middle, and then a little 6 foot tall dry lot.
Yeah.
It's so nice for transition.
There will be a gate over there, so this part of the alley won't be open, but we just don't have our gates over here yet, so. But it's pretty nice. Then we can rotate who gets turned out.
The baton.
The baton. Okay.
Hold, please. All right.
I'm sure I missed some questions.
Let's see how many viewers go up now that we switched.
No one knows that I'm on, though, until they click on.
Whoa. Yeah, and then they click off.
No. No one
To
will
have a
click
lot
on.
of viewers, they all have to stay. All right. All is well with the world. I'm behind the camera.
Jason hates being in front of the camera,
Yeah.
guys.
What?
I said Jason hates being in front of the camera. I always try to get him to do more lives in front of the camera, and he just hustles and leaves.
That was 30 minutes. That was a long time. Here's a question from Katie Funk. Says, Mule question. Are they able to get navicular issues when their hooves are so much stronger?
Well, I'm sure they can. They still have the same hoof structure. I've heard, like Ty says, he runs into ring bone a lot with mules.
Yep.
Because they're so heavy on their front end. They definitely can founder very easy. They get fat very easily, thanks to their donkey.
Larry says, just hang a piece of pizza in front of Jason. I'll do better in front of the camera. I'll just keep going and going. That is actually true. Or a little tub of ice cream.
I'll just tell him if you stay on for an hour, you get some pizza. If you stay on for an hour and a half, you get pizza and ice cream.
We could finish. It's called a mukbang, right, Alyssa?
I don't know.
We could finish my live streams with I think it's called mukbang. That might be wrong.
You just like gorge yourself?
Where you just eat a bunch of food in front of the camera.
I don't know what the kids call it these days.
Oh, here's a question for you, Alyssa. From Emma B. Says, Alyssa, do you plan on doing any shows with the horses?
No, I don't have any like on my schedule that I've planned. Should we just let Callisto come out too?
Yeah, let's see Callisto.
Okay. All right, Maddie, you're on the line. Your mom.
Hey, what do you guys think on here? Do you think if you like try to really think about how you feel about it, do you think Callisto is pregnant or not pregnant? Whee!
This is gonna be a good test for Maddie because her mom is gonna be running around.
Oh yeah, that will be. Yeah, the Frogzilla says only 217 likes. Please show your support and hit that like button. Frogzilla, it's only because I was going. They'll bump up now.
Whatever.
We appreciate you bringing it up though.
Okay, everyone rolled their eyes at me earlier. Now you can roll your eyes at Jason for his comment he just said.
I'm comfortable in front of the camera when I'm doing things that are like really that I'm actually confident at, like things like shooting my bow and like, I don't know, stuff I went to college for, stuff like that. Not so much with horses.
What in the world is that?
Here's a question for you. Can you hear me, Alyssa?
Yeah.
Wildly Lover says, hey, I'm interested in adopting a Mustang in the future, but I live in British Columbia, Canada. Do you know if it's possible for Canadians to adopt through the BLM?
It is possible. Oh, wow, Cheyenne.
Oh, man, that was barely off the camera. That was so pretty.
And I don't know what all the rules are as far as quarantine and stuff like that, but yeah, some people even adopt them in Europe. and they'll ship them over there.
Oh yeah.
So probably the best thing would be just to call the BLM Wild Horse office here and just talk to them about what you need to do. And if you need to find someone that can like quarantine the horse or keep them until they're titled, I don't know how that works exactly, but it's definitely very possible. Like, so the stud, one of the studs that was at the place we got these girls, his name's Boulder. He was originally adopted by a guy in Canada. So, and then he came back to the U.S.
Let's see. I saw a question. Okay. Oh, this is a good question that we've
Ahead.
talked about a little in the past, but not for quite a while. Oh, and first off, thank you, Sissy D, for a $10 super thanks. We really appreciate that. And Sissy has a question that says, I've noticed you both don't use spurs. Have you ever? I personally don't like them, but would like to hear both of your opinions on spur use. Love your channel. I have some thoughts. Why don't you want to go first or second?
Doesn't matter. Here you go.
I feel like we should let the professional speak.
Why don't you go and I can focus on what I'm doing over here.
Okay, I'll start while Alyssa's working with her Mustang that is not doing as well as mine. Mine, you guys saw it was way higher and she just walked right over it. So let's just take a moment to appreciate this. I am winning, but not for long. Spurs. So we follow horsemanship style like Buck Brannaman and Ty Evans, and I'll try and keep this brief so Alyssa can add. Those guys, I think Ty rides in spurs sometimes, but spurs used to be used as a tool that was like harsh and for punishment. Now good horsemen use them as a tool for refinement. So if you're good with your feet and legs when you're riding, spurs can be a positive tool in my opinion. And that's why I don't ride in spurs. So yeah, you could set it up to where you use the spur for a little while to make it so you don't have to use your spur forever. And not only that, but you also don't have to pedal your horse forever. So I kind of think pedaling your horse and just bump, bump, bump as you're riding is actually probably more cruel than using a spur for a couple of rides and then never having to pedal your horse. So I didn't say that very well, but that's kind of the gist of what I think. Hey, when you're done trying to teach your Mustang to be as good as mine, why don't you add some input?
So for me, like Jason said, spurs are a tool that I'll use when I feel like a horse or a mule is ready for it, but I don't start any of them in spurs. And so like Clyde, I just started riding Clyde in spurs probably a year ago.
Yeah.
Because before then, like I didn't feel like he was ready for that much refinement. And so my goal with using spurs is to not use the spurs. A lot of people, give spurs a bad reputation because they put them on because their horse is so dull that they have to put them on. And that is not why we use spurs. And that's like a lot of very, very high-end riders will use spurs as just a way to refine where they're asking their horse to move, like what body part. Because you look at like where your leg sits on a horse. If you're asking them to move the front end or the hind end, it's not a very big area where there's a difference. It's like up here is I need you to move your front end, back here, like this is as far as it is for the most part. And so your heel's pretty wide. So if you can use a spur, and another thing is spurs with big rowels, people think, oh, those are so harsh. Like they see a bigger rowel and they're like, those are worse, which actually they're less pressure than those little teeny tiny pointed spurs. And we're not talking about the rowels that have points or anything crazy like that. We're talking about like the very dull rowels. So there's a lot of misconceptions about spurs. And, I want Clyde to operate off of my calf, well, off my seat, really. But if not, then my calf. And then if he doesn't, then I'll ask with my lower leg. And then if he doesn't, then I'll pick up my heel and barely touch him with a spur. And, usually that gets the results. I don't need to sit there and, like, kick him with a spur in the side. And if you get to that point, you need to figure out how to get your horse more responsive and probably not use spurs.
Well said. You did better than I did. Real quick, first off, thank you so much. Jules Goldstein just gave us $50 super thanks. I don't know if it's Goldstein or Goldstein, but we appreciate it very much, Jules. Thank you. And then a good question came in. Someone asked, what do you mean by pedal your horse? I'm the one that said it, but do you want to explain it, Alyssa?
So you'll see a lot of people when they're riding their horses, like the horse doesn't have much for forward movement. The person keeps asking them by bumping them in the ribs with their heels. So like a horse is walking along and literally the person's going bump, 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 bump. And that's what we call pedaling a horse. It's because the horse, like you ask it to go forward, and if you didn't bump it again, it would go like this. And then you have to bump it and it'd go like this. And then it's just a really dull horse. And so it's kinder to that horse, and it definitely makes a lot softer horse if you go like get a little firmer quicker and then leave it alone. When it's walking, you don't touch it. If it stops, then you get a little firmer, a little quicker, and then you leave it alone while it's walking instead of just constantly nagging the horse. Walk forward, walk forward, walk forward.
Huh. Ag Tim says, nice office, Jason and Alyssa. Yeah, this isn't too bad, is it? I do want to warn you guys. It just got super hot, and so I'm trying to shade the camera with my hat. But if we overheat and it cuts out, I apologize in advance. But I think shading it with my hat will actually work well. Usually when it's real hot out, I'll set up in the shade. But it was so cool when we started, I was like, oh, we'll be good out here. So hopefully it won't be an issue.
This is very scary.
This is interesting. Dawn Bonhomme says, are the horses of North Carolina related to the wild Mustangs? I do not know about the horses of North Carolina, but yeah, I guess I don't know enough to even make an educated guess. Do you know anything about them, Melissa?
Is she talking about the ponies?
Huh?
There you go.
No.
She just keeps stepping on it and then she scares herself.
It's spooky.
It is. She's like, I told you that thing was going to get me. You got to step over it, sis, not on it, and then it wouldn't be so scary.
I think this is great because it really shows how good Cheyenne is doing. Not because of me. Alyssa's been working with Cheyenne, so all jokes aside, it's very much a team effort.
You're being a little hard on my horse who's literally been halter broke for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how long ago was the halter video when she was like kind of rearing up and really having a hard time with pressure? She's come a long way. I feel like it was maybe only 3 weeks ago, but time is kind of a blur lately.
She definitely doesn't really want to just stop and think about it, you know. She's not too curious about checking it out.
Oh, Blue asks, are you going to do update videos with Cheyenne and Sue? And I know you were on here for my silly little update with Cheyenne. But yeah, we'll probably do a full Wyoming Girls update, like legit real video as well. More than just my little live stream video that we did today. Oh, Darius wants Cheyenne. I was like, who said that? Someone said, Jason and Alyssa, if you sell me Cheyenne, she won't be quite so far away, at least for now. That's funny. We would love that, Darius. We want all of these horses to go to homes like you, just good people.
Can you walk through there? There you go. Oh, so brave.
Whee!
Good job.
Yeah. I design for you too. Oh, I designed for you too. That's a good name. It's like trying to read a license plate kind of on here. It says she's just a baby, and yes, she is just a baby. So she doesn't have like the background skills of like being spooked by stuff and overcoming it, being spooked by stuff and overcoming it, and it just being like where she could process things as well as an older horse like Cheyenne, where she's seen things that she's unsure of and worked through it and survived. Little Maddie is still just a baby.
I'm just proud she's leading well and she's trying really hard.
Exactly. Okay, here's a little input from Amy Pilot. Says, North Carolina native here. We have wild horses on the Outer Banks region of North Carolina. They are very small in stature and the herd is quite isolated. You can see them on the beaches of North Carolina near Corolla. That is super cool. I didn't know about that herd. I vaguely think someone might have mentioned that on a live stream in the past, but I forgot to look them up. So I'll have to look that up. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing some background info on them. That's neat. I love like these Kigers. So these two horses in here right now are called Kiger Mustangs, and they're kind of an isolated bloodline as well. And I think it's really cool when there's little pockets of horses that are just isolated and they have like more, not ancient bloodlines, you know, but like from when the Spanish explorers were here. I think that's really cool.
You did it, my friend. You did it. You survived. Oh.
Whoa, someone gave 10. Larry said Cavett Wolf gave 10 gift memberships to the channel.
Nice.
That's amazing. I didn't see it pop up. That is so cool. Yeah, so first off, thank you, Cavett Wolf. I'm sorry I didn't see that one. I don't know. Usually they'll pop up. But yeah, we do have a membership channel that really is helping support us right now. And you just get, well, if you're a member at all, you get a little behind the scenes, like we call it Thankful Thursday, where we just catch up with a little smaller group than on here. So we'd like to grow that eventually, but we probably won't change it up or add anything to that for a while till life settles down a little bit.
This is harder going this way.
I Designed for You Too says, yay, Maddie, so brave. Cynthia says, yeah, whoa.
She hits it and she gets
she did it. Oh yeah, that's a good question from Karen. Does Maddie lick and chew like the adults?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Good girl. There, I like that. I like if you just like think about it. Please don't. This is all Callisto does when we turn her out. She just likes to sit over there and bicker with Cheyenne. And paw the panels at Cheyenne.
They're arch rivals.
I don't really know why they are, but...
Probably because Cheyenne did better at going over the pole than Maddie.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Woo!
Good job.
Just kidding.
I
got to rub it
hand.
in. I need a handicap when it comes to horsemanship.
We can do it this way. Yeah, we can do it this way. Good job.
Oh, nice. Nessa says, hey, Alyssa and Jason, it's great to see you both. I've fallen absolutely in love with your Appy Buckskin. I'd love to adopt a horse from you two one day. Thank you. Taz is really cool. He is calming way down, and he's actually doing really well. We'll be looking for a home for him.
There you go.
We've had some people reach out with some interest, but we haven't really started to like actually really post him for sale because we feel like he could get a little calmer and then we could set him up for a little better success once he's just a little farther along. Hey, Marjorie gave us a $50 super thanks. Thank you, Marjorie. Man, you guys are the best. I love MTN BUILT Monday, even when it's on a Tuesday. There's 738 good people on here right now. Hey, yeah. Ag Tim says, all the water and electric filled in? Yes, as of literally today.
Yeah.
Like pretty much. The electric's not hooked up, but the ditches are filled in and we're pumped about it.
You can do it, Maddie.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. HM says, crazy that Maddie's not more motivated to cross over the pole towards her mom. Like she does a little better coming this way. That is an interesting observation. She's in her teenage years where she doesn't care about her mom that much.
Good girl.
Melanie says, do y'all have horsey people neighbors where you are? Yeah, this is ranch country here and where the home that we own. A lot of horses and mules. As a matter of fact, when we first bought our place that we're going to be selling, we were in awe by how many mules there were. We were like, this is our kind of people and our kind of country, because there's a lot of mules, but it's also ranching country. Yeah, Ryder says, is the rest of the herd out on the range? I can't see them right now.
Yeah, they were way out there.
There, I'll kind of show you here.
Right around the corner.
See if I can not tip this over, but yeah, they're, for those that don't know the layout, right there, oh, it's all blurry, but out in that area is what we call the 100-acre pasture, and they're out there right now.
You got it, my friend.
Thanks, Roxanne. Roxanne says, it isn't just us that are good people. You two are awesome. Thank you. We feel so blessed. It's kind of crazy. I'm trying to think how many years ago that we were in an apartment now. We like to talk about that because it feels like it might be encouraging to people. We were in a tiny little apartment with one dog. Oh man, maybe 5 years ago now. And now we've been blessed with all of this, and
Girl.
just we have like some security, and we're doing what we love, and we've just been so blessed. And it all started by buckling down, making sacrifices, and getting out of debt. So if anyone's watching that is like, wow, this is a cool lifestyle, I'm kind of interested in something like this, it's totally doable. We're just normal folks. We've been very blessed. We haven't had a ton of like speed bumps or roadblocks, but we've had some, and we just adapt and keep going forward. So I don't know. Call it Motivation Monday. I'm not much of a motivational speaker, but I do want people to know, if you're looking for a life like this, it's totally doable. We're nothing special. Although I will say, Alyssa being really good at editing has been really the key that has unlocked this for us. So I will definitely say that. If it was just me editing videos, we would not be here, and neither would you guys. Oh, good question from Hot Mess in the City. Any overnight trail riding trips planned soon? Well, if you're wondering why I'm blabbering, it's just because it's a normal day and this is what I always do. But also, when Alyssa's working with a horse on like kind of a tough problem to solve, like Maddie is, she doesn't want to talk other than to Maddie. Overnight trips, probably not anytime soon. Our archery season is about to start here. Archery antelope already started, and Alyssa actually got a buck with her bow, and it is in our freezer now, and we're so thankful. So that was really cool, but archery elk season is about to start, and one downside of having this many horses is it makes it kind of hard to get away like overnight. It's just kind of complicated to find a pet sitter for all these guys. So we'll probably not do overnight trips with the horses and mules this year. But maybe later in September. Good job, Maddie. Now she's licking and chewing. I don't remember who asked that, but it's kind of hard to tell going that way, but she's licking and chewing.
She's like, I hit it and it makes a noise and it's scary.
Oh, that's a good idea, Amanda. Amanda says you should release a book or vlog or blog with all your favorite wild game recipes. We should share some of that. We're very simple. We don't mind repetition. And at this point in our life, we try to do things that are like efficient and just like easy. So we have one recipe. It's called reverse searing method. It's where you put like a whole like chunk of meat on the Traeger and you smoke it for until it's up to about 10 degrees below your ideal temperature, whatever that is. And then you put it in a cast iron pan with butter and sear the whole thing, and then you cut it into little steaks, and it is delicious. It's so good, called reverse sear. And wild game doesn't have as much fat as like beef, and so you want to make sure you cook it in a way that keeps it kind of moist, because it could get pretty dry. So that's our favorite way. Reverse sear a big, like, full muscle group.
You can do it, man.
Well, that's nice, Karen.
Yes.
Karen says, how do you send money gifts to you? Well, I need to do thank yous. I need to do more thank yous.
Yeah.
So speaking of thank yous, we've had some people send like literal gifts to our PO box, which is amazing. We appreciate it so much. But that's one way. And if you also want to support, we do have a GoFundMe, and that is all going into its own account, and it's saving for now, it's saving for a sanctuary in the future. So we need to kind of get some concrete details, and we can share it a little more. But that's just going into a savings account, whether it's for a down payment 5 years from now, or if we're super blessed 2 years from now, or who knows. But for hopefully a sanctuary property. So the GoFundMe, I honestly don't really know even how you find it, but it's called I think it's called Building a Mountain Sanctuary for Mustangs and Mules. And the link should be on our homepage. But let's do some thank yous, speaking of which. So first off, I want to say thank you, Ellen Miller. We really appreciate you. Jenny Mulligan is another one. Joanne Jennings. Let's see. Bear with me here. I'm going to zip through some of these so that way I don't forget them like I almost just did. John and Kristen Sage, thank you guys. We appreciate you so much. And while I'm flipping to the next page, I do want to say we appreciate all you guys that spend time with us. Like we appreciate financial help, and it's like a huge blessing. But we also appreciate you guys spending time with us. It's kind of crazy that there's almost 800 people on here just hanging out with us while Alyssa works with the Mustang and I blab my mouth off. So we appreciate all you guys. Back to the Amazon wish list. Thank you to Kevin and Val Schmidt. We appreciate it so much. Rhonda Risinger. Rhonda Risinger. That's what I'm going with. Thank you, Rhonda. We appreciate it. Kristen McKinsey. I saw a question come in. Someone asked. I've been thinking about this one. Kathleen Intizari says, will you come out with a calendar for next year? We have been so busy this year that I am kind of bummed and a little bit stressing about the calendar because I really loved that project. It was really enjoyable and I love having good pictures. But we've been just trying to get by getting videos out, and so we haven't taken time to do a lot of still photography this year. So I'm not sure is the answer. We have some pictures, but just with adopting these new Mustangs, we've mostly been hanging out around home and in the Mustang pens this year, and those pictures aren't near as enjoyable as the mountain ones. I don't think we want to make sure, it's, worth people spending your hard-earned money on, and I think if we had a bunch of pictures in the Mustang pen, you might not enjoy it as much.
There you go.
Thank you, TK. TK says, loved the calendar last year. Oh no, Jill says, I'm looking forward to a 2027 calendar. Jill, you're putting the pressure on. We'll try our best. Okay, a couple more thank yous here. Stacy Guth, thank you so much. And Lisa Key. And anyone who sent stuff to our P.O. box, we appreciate that too. We busted out some of that stuff today. I think I already said I played around with the fly rod, and I'm pumped about that too. Oh, Kavik Wolf, thank you. You know the channel better than I do. Says, Jason, the GoFundMe link is in the description when you click more. Thank you. Let's see what I missed while I was doing thank yous there. Chateau Mojo says, if you leave all the horses together, would it be a big old free-for-all? Oh man, if we turned them all out in that 100-acre pasture, that would be really fun to watch, but it would also be chaos, and we don't want chaos. Half of that pen is still barbed wire fence, and we don't want anyone to get running and not see it come in and go blasting through the barbed wire. So that's actually why Marley is still not out there, is just because she hasn't been introduced to everyone yet, and we don't want her to get kind of running around and too excited by all the others and hit the fence. But we'll ease out there pretty soon probably. Yeah, Elaine says, it's interesting watching Alyssa help Maddie work this pole thing out. I could just be quiet and you could watch for a little bit. I do have a question I don't want to miss though. From Maddie May Creations. Says, oh, I forgot to shade the phone. Says, have either of you had a moment where a horse was behaving in a way that had you scared for your safety? Do you push on or call it a day when it gets to that point? That's a good question for you, Alyssa.
What was the question? Sorry,
Like if you have a spot where you're afraid for your safety, do you push through it, or nice job, Maddie, or do you call it a day?
Well, Honey's made me afraid a few times, especially when she was so defensive. And I definitely don't like try to push more when she's doing that. But we didn't call it a day. We just kind of changed up tactics to where she felt a little safer, because that's why she was being defensive, is she just didn't feel safe.
Yeah.
Good girl. Like we kind of, even though Maddie wasn't being aggressive, like we just changed up tactics there, because I didn't want to keep pulling on her. Like I don't want to make her dull. And so she was kind of hanging on me a little bit. She wasn't leading forward. There at the end, she was kind of just like stuck. And so I went to driving her instead of pulling on her, because I don't want her to be unresponsive when I do ask her to come forward. Good girl. I didn't feel unsafe with Maddie, but Callisto, my goodness. You got her down once, my friend. You can do it again.
First off, a lot of people are saying, yay, go Maddie, good job, Maddie. And then there was, just to clear up on here, yes, Debbie is correct. We sold Cedar, our red mule, and Timber was my mare that did have to be put down because she had wobblers. So that's kind of a long, sad story that we won't get into. But yeah, you're correct, Deb. It was Cedar that we sold to an outfitter, and Timber was my old Grula mare. Let me see. Is this zoomed in here?
Good girl.
Oh, no wonder it wasn't very clear.
So this thing with Maddie, it's like, I don't know why she's kind of hung up on this direction, why she can't cross the log. She just clunked it and scared herself, and who knows. Maybe it's the white thing sitting here and she was kind of afraid to go towards the white things. We don't know. See if I can lead her over it now. But this is no different than leading into, good girl, a trailer. Like this is great experience for leading into a trailer, because clearly she's uncertain about her feet going over something. So you imagine stepping up into a trailer is going to be even more worrisome. So any of this kind of stuff is so great for wild horses and young horses learning how to, it's going to all feed into other things. And now her confidence is better, and she knows that, like, oh, okay, you're not trying to actually ask me to do anything too dangerous. Good girl.
They have to overcome those challenges, or else they'll never be a well-balanced horse.
And it's like, do I know why that was such a big deal? No, it was just scary. Maybe the sound of it clunking her. I don't know. Who knows? But it doesn't really matter. What matters is it was a really big deal to her. So then how do we help her through that? Whether it's, asking her to cross a creek or a big flowing river or a little pole in a pen. It's like, who knows why that was so scary. But it's like all that's her confidence is just going to keep on building. And so it's like, I'm not going to treat this little pole, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're being so stupid, it's just a little pole. It's like, to her, it's a big deal, So
yeah,
I want to keep our relationship good and help build her confidence in me. And pretty soon, when I do want her to cross a creek or whatever, she's going to be like, oh yeah, that's no big deal. These white things are pretty scary, though.
All right, I want to get your input on this, Alyssa.
You girls.
So people are asking, why is Callisto kicking / pawing? Why is Callisto kicking / pawing?
Because this is what horses do. Like, people always ask us, oh, why don't you let such and such horse out with another horse? Some horses, can you go back in your pen? At least go get a life somewhere else. Some horses just don't get along, like people,
Yeah.
And sometimes it's geldings, sometimes it's mares. And it's like Cheyenne is kind of bossy towards other horses, and for whatever reason, Callisto's that way towards Cheyenne. She's not that way towards Honey. And so we get that question all the time. Why don't you let such and such out with such and such or whatever? And the simple answer is because, like, if we let, say, Cheyenne out with Callisto, someone's getting kicked. They're going to be kicking at each other.
Yep.
they might like be double barrel kicking at each other, and that's a good way to get a horse's leg broke. So we're very careful with who we turn out and when we turn them out, and we want it to be a safe thing because horses herd dynamics are very complicated and they can get pretty.
Yeah.
So
I'll also add that them like kicking and striking at each other, also like while you want to be careful, it's not the end of the world. That's just they just sort out their pecking order that way, and then they settle in, and then generally it's fine. But you could have an accident when they're kicking at each other and stuff like that. If one gets hit wrong, you have an injury, and we don't want that. So let's just do a couple more minutes here, Alyssa. I just got a text from the electrician, and so we'll probably go here pretty soon. And also it's been an hour and 5 minutes. So thank you guys for spending so much time with us.
Took 45 to get her over the log, but we did it.
No, it didn't. I was out there for a half hour. It wasn't near as long as it probably felt like. She did good. Question, how old is Maddie?
Maddie is about 19 months.
19 months. She was born was she born Christmas Day?
I don't remember if it was Christmas Day. We'll have to ask.
She was a oopsies.
Good job. Yeah.
She was a oopsies and born in December.
In December.
Yeah, Ag Tim says, got that Kiger spirit.
Good job. There, so good. She's kind of just been used to probably her one little area, and her whole life, and so everything's new to her. She just hasn't seen much. Good job.
Look at that.
There. It's not even a big deal. The white things are still scary. We'll have to work on those a little more.
Yeah, she doesn't have to do the test tomorrow, the obstacle course test.
Can we back? We've been working on that. She's like, oh, I don't know. Wait, I forgot what I meant. Draw my head. That was pretty good. I'll release a little bit for that. That's good. Now you got to bring it to your feet, though. Yep.
We'll make this the last question. From Bella. Bella Lucan says, what would you recommend for a small family starting off from the very beginning of choosing? So I'm going to say, as far as trying to get into horses or mules. So while Alyssa is working on this with Maddie, I'll give my input, and then we'll finish with Alyssa.
There, good.
I would say probably save up a little more money to get a little more well-trained horse or mule, if that's what you're talking about, getting started with horses and mules. Because if you go for a discount horse or mule, you're kind of setting yourself up for potentially having a not very enjoyable experience. And you want to feel safe and you want to have fun while you're working with your horse or mule. So I would say save up a little longer if you have to, in order to get a horse that you can really trust to take care of you and your family. And I would also say take someone who has experience when you're looking at your horses or mules. It's really hard to tell. There are some people out there who are shady and take advantage of people and are dishonest. So take someone who knows what they're looking at if you can find them, and save up a little extra money and make sure you get one that is good and most importantly safe. Good job, Maddie. Do you have any input on a family trying to get into horses or mules?
I won't be afraid to get a little bit older one.
Yeah,
you don't want one that's only got a couple years left or has really bad arthritis or anything crazy like that. But I wouldn't shy away from one that's a little bit older and might need a little bit extra feed or extra care or whatever. But obviously check with your vet and make sure you can afford that, because sometimes older horses maybe need some sort of management for their arthritis, or that you can even get injections or special shoeing or something like that to make them comfortable. And so just make sure you can afford that monthly cost. But if you can, then there's some really good horses out there that'll be nice and safe, and that's the biggest thing, is safety.
Yep.
So, but they might need just a little extra help to maintain feeling comfortable while you're riding them around.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you pushed through the session of me and Cheyenne, you got rewarded with a good session working with Maddie on something that was actually a real challenge. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We really appreciate you all, and hopefully you have a great week. And Callisto's percussioning us out. So
yes.
we'll see you on the next